Hisahito, the Prince of Japan, tests positive for COVID-19, Natsumi Kojima reports.
Japanese Prince Hisahito, second in line to the imperial throne, tests positive for COVID-19. Emperor Naruhito's nephew has a high fever and will be resting at his residence until Monday. The prince's parents, Crown Prince Fumihito and Crown Princess Kiko, tested negative for the said disease. The prince is a second-year student at the senior high school in Otsuka, University of Tsukuba, and has become ill after coming home from school but tested negative for the illness at that time. When his sickness persisted, he retook a COVID-19 test and the infection was confirmed. Meanwhile, a press conference of the Crown Princess and Crown Prince at the Akasaka Estate in Tokyo for the official visit to Vietnam at the end of the month has been temporarily postponed. Ijo Nihon kara Kojima Natsumi, News Otsutai shimashita. SMNI News, Japan.
Chinese President Xi Jinping hailed the ironclad friendship between China and Cambodia during a bilateral meeting in the Chinese capital of Beijing on Friday. Anissa de Guzman tells us more.
China and Cambodia pledged to maintain their strong bilateral ties as Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet visited the economic powerhouse for a three-day official visit. The trip marks Hun Manet's first official trip abroad as Prime Minister since succeeding his father as the new leader of Cambodia in August. In front of Chinese and Cambodian officials, President Xi Jinping praised the 45-year-old leader for choosing China as his first destination as Prime Minister. Hun Manet, for his part, assured that the Cambodian government will strengthen its friendly relationship with China as part of its foreign policy. Both sides pledged stronger cooperation in law enforcement, security, and industry. The four-star general is officially visiting China from September 14 to 16. Cambodia and China's friendly ties endured for the past 65 years, which became stronger under the leadership of former Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen. Dishan Anissa de Guzman, Rangan Chakuntep Hanakon, SMNI News, Protetai, Sawadika.
The leader of a well-known political party in Thailand resigned from his post months after winning the general elections but was unable to form a government due to opposition from conservative legislators. Chatmongkon Pizamay goes on reports.
Pita Limjalanrat officially stepped down as leader of the Progressive Move Forward Party on Friday amid failed attempts to get elected as the 30th Prime Minister of Thailand. The Constitutional Court suspended him from his MP duties pending its ruling on whether he violated the law by running for office while holding shares in a now-defunct media company owned by his family. The suspension banned him from being elected as Prime Minister and as opposition leader. As a result, he decided to resign so that another member of the parliament would be able to fulfill the duties of an opposition leader, which he described as necessary in the parliamentary system due to its role in performing checks and balances in the government and pushing for changes that are missing from the government's policy. He led the Move Forward Party from March 14, 2020 to September 15, 2023. The 43-year-old promised to make changes in the constitution, particularly the less majesty law, once he became the prime minister, which caused him to be blocked by legislators supporting the military and the royal family. Former allied and real estate tycoon Sethra Thavisin was declared the new prime minister of Thailand in August, which ended months of political deadlock. Sethra was one of the prime ministerial candidates of the Pheu Thai Party, which ended its coalition with the Move Forward Party in early August. รายงานจากราชบุรี นายชัดมงคล พิสมัย โกศล SMN News ประเทศไทย สวัสดีครับ
A spokesman for the Foreign Ministry of Iran slammed the presence of U.S. troops in the Middle East as damaging to regional peace and stability. Melchizedek Kades reports.
In a recent press conference in the capital Tehran, Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Nasser Kanani condemned the United States for only serving its own interests and demanded that the U.S. troops withdraw from the Middle East as soon as possible. According to the spokesman, the U.S. military presence in any region or country, including the Middle East, failed to contribute to peace and stability, but instead built and aggravated tensions in those places. In July 2015, Iran signed a nuclear deal with world powers, formerly known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA. Under the deal, Iran has agreed to impose measures limiting its stockpile of uranium, critical for the creation of nuclear weapons, and reduce the number of its gas centrifuges for 13 years in exchange for the removal of U.S. sanctions in the country. Former U.S. President Donald Trump, however, withdrew from the deal in 2018 and reimposed its unilateral sanctions on Tehran. There is still no significant breakthrough since the last round of talks ended in August 2022. Negotiations are also underway for a prisoner swap deal wherein 5 American prisoners will be set free in exchange for 5 detained Iranian citizens and the release of $6 billion worth of frozen funds. Reporting this has been Melchizedek Cadiz, SMNI News, Kuwait.
Several countries in the Middle East expressed their solidarity and offered assistance to the victims of the deadly earthquake in Morocco and the devastating floods in Libya. Gratero Omori reports.
2 disasters struck North Africa in 3 days, leaving thousands dead and scores more missing in the region. On September 8, a 6.8 magnitude earthquake struck Morocco's High Atlas mountain range just before midnight. Morocco has witnessed the most powerful earthquake in more than 100 years. The death toll was already surpassed 8,000 as figures continue to rise. On September 10, Storm Daniel peaked in northeastern Libya, with the deadly floods to have claimed the lives of more than 11,000 people and over 10,000 others unaccounted for. However, officials estimate that as many as 20,000 people died in the catastrophic floods. Amid the devastating tragedy, assistance and solidarity poured from Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Egypt, Algeria, Jordan, Iraq, Kuwait, Tunisia, and Turkey for the affected families and victims in Morocco and Libya. Aid from regional states has started arriving in both countries, including China, the United States, and Europe. Reporting from Dubai, this has been Gratero Omori, SMNA News, United Arab Emirates.